And it's now my pleasure to introduce tonight's Cushing-Gavin Management Attorney Awardee, Mark Batten, who's a partner at Proskauer. We have a law firm in the house. Mark's bio in tonight's program doesn't entirely convey the depth and scope of his law practice. As someone who came out of the newspaper business, I was with the Boston Globe for 26 years. I confess that I found his experience with the Globe, Gatehouse Media papers, and new digital news outlets like Gawker and Upworthy to be very compelling. So my apologies to his law firm. I just kept emphasizing newspapers. In a challenging and changing newspaper media environment, Mark's ability to create workable options to forge fair and equitable solutions to complex labor issues is valued and appreciated. We received positive and enthusiastic feedback about Mark's receiving this award from both sides of the bargaining table, and they were very strong and very positive. He is a man whose accomplishments deserve celebration by our labor management community. The Labor Guild is proud to honor Mark W. Batten with the 2017 Cushing-Gavin Management Attorney Award for Excellence, exemplifying integrity and competence as a brilliant attorney, a deft and creative negotiator, and as an effective advocate, serving his clients, his firm, the labor management process with tremendous skill, devotion, and a powerful commitment to fair and collaborative outcomes. Mark, could you please come up?
I was a little nervous about giving remarks to this crowd, so I practiced it with my wife in the car on the way over. I thought that would be a useful thing because I knew from previous Cushing-Gavin dinners that when I actually delivered these comments, just about the same number of people would be listening.
It's a better room, isn't it?
Yeah, that joke would have gone over better at the Park Plaza. You guys are all listening. It must have been a long week. I owe thanks to many people for this award. First, I'm obviously grateful to the Labor Guild for thinking me worthy of standing up here with my fellow nominees and with the impressive list of lawyers for both union and management who have won this award in the past. It's an honor to be added to that list. I'm also grateful to my clients for the endlessly challenging and interesting work that you've permitted me to do. I appreciate more than you know the trust that you have invested in me. I find, too, that the process of collective bargaining involves negotiating with your clients almost as much as with those on the other side of the table. And I appreciate your willingness to put up with my nudging as we tried to accomplish what we needed, but still get to an agreement. I'm grateful, too, to the unions and the lawyers and representatives who have been on the other side of the table from me, who made me look good more times than I can count. After the necessary table pounding on both sides, I generally have found people interested in working constructively to get to agreements that we all can live with. It doesn't have to be that way, and the cooperation that we've had, albeit sometimes at the end of a long day, has made me more successful. So thank you for that. I also need to thank my colleagues and friends at Table 2 here who gave up their Friday night to be here. It is a great pleasure to know and work with each of you. And it means a lot to me that you would be here. And really, both first and last, my wife, Margaret, without whom I would have come to this dinner without wearing a belt, which is just one small immediate reminder of the endless support, laughter, and love that she gives me every day. I would be lost without her. Just a couple of other things that I wanted to say. While I appreciate deeply the opportunity to represent all of my clients, I have been particularly lucky, as Allison said, to represent newspapers over the years. Lawyering is about advocacy, and one of the challenges of being a lawyer is giving the strongest possible voice to a client whom you may think, objectively speaking, is in the wrong. Perhaps the chief blessing of representing newspapers is that I almost never have to feel that way. Maybe on a particular issue here or there, but fundamentally, the newspaper business is one that I never have to feel conflicted about defending. From investigating the powerful to sharing the stories of everyday people, newspapers provide the information we need to function as a democratic society. And none of the alternative sources of information, all of which are on the rise today, offers the objectivity or depth that newspapers have historically provided and that they continue to provide every day. And in these times, just as newspapers are becoming even more essential as a check on the extremes of those in power, separate economic forces are threatening their existence. As circulation and advertising continue to decline, newspapers are being deprived of the means to carry out their vital responsibilities. It is all the more important as newspapers' condition becomes ever more precarious that labor and management face these challenges together in the spirit that animates the work of the Boston Labor Guild, cooperating to manage circumstances forced on both of us from outside. This is no longer about how much profit ownership will share with its employees, but rather about how labor and management together can confront and resist the forces that threaten to deprive both sides of their ability to continue in this important enterprise. I look forward to working with both sides to achieve that common goal. Thanks again.